So that noise, I figured out what it was yesterday. Actually, I figured out what it was shortly after that video I shot, but I couldn't understand it. I can't understand it. So I have an iPhone 10. My wife has a new iPhone 10R that she got the other day. And both of those have wireless charging. So I've picked up some wireless charging stands for charging up the phones, and I had different kinds. I've got some flat ones, and I've got some angular ones, and they work various. The flat ones plug directly into the wall outlet. The second batch of angular ones that I got at Costco, I got actually the last two sets at Costco, but the ones that sit up at an angle, they actually plug into a high-powered USB port, but they come with a wall wart, right? And that is what was making the noise. That guy right there. They'd been plugged in for a few days, and they were making that. I can't even fathom how it was making that noise. Both of them were making that noise. Shortly after I had turned off the video and started I got up, I turned off the ceiling fan because it was so loud it was keeping me awake. And I thought, well, what's squeaking? And it wasn't the ceiling fan, and there just aren't any things that are moving in my room. And I'm looking under the bed, and I'm checking all the power outlets to see what's plugged in to figure out where that noise is coming from, and I'm waiting for turn off the heater and wait for the home air conditioning to cut off to make sure it isn't a fan problem up in the thing, and I cannot find this. And at one point I thought there were some sirens going on, and I thought maybe that was up. Because every once in a while you'll get a sound that will come through, like through the bathroom window, and it'll ricochet off something, and you'll get this odd audio effect. And the sirens were going. I thought, well, maybe that's an alarm somewhere nearby that's going off. And it was just kind of cavinating the noise or acoustically amplifying, rebroadcasting, I don't know what the word is, the sound in the headboard of the bed. And we have electrical outlets, which if you've been watching Tedium Unlimited all along, I put in on the show a long time ago in the headboards, and I had this plugged in, and I reached over and I unplugged all the power. And I thought the sound went away a little bit, but it didn't, right? So it's like, well, it got less, but the sound didn't go away. So obviously it wasn't this. And I plugged them back in, and the sound level didn't go back up. So I'm like, okay, that was just, I must have pushed something or something that was loose. It's got to be here at the bed. I don't know. And finally I got over to my wife's side of the bed, and she was up doing work, and it was really loud over there, so I pulled her power outlet out, which is identical to this because they were two identical chargers, and the sound stopped. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. And then I plugged it back in, and the sound started again, and I pull it out, and I plugged it back in, and then the sound didn't start again. And I'm like, there are no moving parts in here. So I'm taking these back. I don't trust that. I don't trust anything making a noise like that. And I told you one. She says, "Oh, well, I told you about that." And I was like, "You didn't tell me about that." She said, "I told you like 3 days ago that it was making a hum." And I go, "That wasn't a hum." It's like a hum is like that was sounded like a fan blade going bad. Bearings or something. And she said, "It's a hum." I'm like, "Listen to this." And I played her back the audio, and she goes, "Yeah, a hum." I'm like, "That's not a hum. That is not a hum. If you had told me it was making a noise like that, I'd have been freaking out." And she said, "Oh, you told me it was nothing to worry about. You just said goes around in there." And I said, "No, I never said there's anything going around inside that charger." And she said, "You did." And I said, "No, I said there's a coil inside that." "Yes, a coil, so it would be going around." I'm like, no. Okay, no. So we had a miscommunication. We could have all died days ago. My wife warned me about it. Okay, fair enough. She warned me about it. When she said hum, yeah, sure. If you put your ear right up against the charge, not this part, actually, the other part, you can hear a little hum because it's a coil and power and things. And that wasn't worrying me too much. But that noise, anyway. One of the great things about Costco, 100% satisfaction on everything. I don't have the box anymore because I just threw it out in the last garbage cycle. But no, I will not have those in my house. I will not have those in my house. That's just not... Oh, miracle of miracles. They've graded it up along our segment. I saw the cement machine down on the next one over yesterday as we drove by. I'm afraid that guy's home is about to go away, though. Reminds me a bit of a Hitchcock movie. Should I be concerned? I walked over to Short Leash Dogs for lunch today, so that's my second trip. I told you earlier I was going to give my thoughts on Short Leash Dog later, and the reason I didn't do it at the time was one of the weird things about Short Leash Dogs. No, let's step back. Let's not call that weird. Let's call it unique. One of the things that distinguishes Short Leash Dogs is that they don't use hot dog buns. They use naan. They call it naan. It could have been a naan. It certainly was a naan-ish piece of bread. And so I think if you're gonna have a Short Leash Dog, you have to experience it that way. When I went in, there were about 3 hot dogs that appealed to me. There really are some truly, truly dreadful sounding hot dogs. And there were a few that sound okay. And I may be getting the names wrong, but the 3 that appealed to me were I think it's a spicy dog. But that's a hot dog stuffed with jalapeno cheese and then wrapped in a corn tortilla and deep fried, and then served with some sort of a sauce. So that's very unique. That's not with one of their naan. And I haven't tried that yet. And then the second was a pretzel dog. I don't think that's quite what they call it, but it's a bun, not a bun. Yeah, it's a wrap. No, I don't know what you would call it. You make a bun out of pretzel bread, except that you've baked a hot dog inside of it. We would call that a pretzel dog. Just odd feeling that they call it something different. And then they serve it with cheese and yellow mustard, melted cheese sauce. And that's when I had the first trip. And I didn't hate it. I love a pretzel dog. I love a good pretzel dog. In fact, I'm tempted to go have one right now somewhere where they really make them good, like Auntie Annie's or Wetzel's Pretzel. There was nothing wrong with it. Okay? It just, for a pretzel bun, it didn't have a lot of pretzel flavor. It was pretty bland. And then the hot dog on the inside was obviously a high-quality all-beef hot dog. It was also, unfortunately, one of those high-quality all-beef hot dogs like Hebrew National that have no flavor. So with a no flavor pretzel and a no flavor hot dog, it was filling and it was fine, but it wasn't great. So I ended up putting cheese and mustard on it, which made a huge difference. But I asked myself, if you have to cheese and mustard it, was it good, or do you just like cheese and mustard? Which, as it happens, I do. So I didn't want to give you my opinion on that and say, well, it's pretty mediocre because, you know, and for the price, which is outrageous compared to, say, going to Wetzel's Pretzels. A bit bigger, but still, no. I think I coughed up $11 for a hot dog and a drink, which is outrageous. So today I went back and I really wanted that spicy dog, but I said, no, I'm going to have one in a naan. And the one I went with was the Chicago. Now, a Chicago hot dog is a specific style of hot dog. I've eaten them for years. I used to be a place, Johnny's Red Hots, I go to all the time. Fantastic hot dogs. It's a hot dog, and it's covered with a series of certain things that you put on it. That is going to be your onion, your relish, tomato, some sort of a sport pepper or peppercini, celery salt, and mustard. So I don't, even when I do a Chicago dog, I don't do tomato, obviously. So sometimes pickle, like a pickle spear. And I mean that in American pickle, a cucumber. So they have a Chicago dog. So that's what I had, minus tomato. And wow, they absolutely drowned it in relish and mustard. I mean, absolutely. Just with that naan, it allows them to put so much more junk on that hot dog. I'm not sure that's a good thing. You know, I'm not sure that's a good thing, because there's some other things in there at short leash dogs. You can imagine that if they're just barreling this stuff on, it's just going to overpower the hot dog. And in fact, I have heard that in some of the reviews, but it's totally true. It completely overpowered the hot dog. Now, I had them substitute a spicy link, or hot link, which is just basically kind of a hot dog with a bit more pizzazz to it, because I figured they're using the same dogs that I had the other day and they were dull, so I might as well get one with some flavor. And that helped. But I mean, it was messy, it was overpowering with the relish. And the mustard. I mean, that was a lot of mustard. So I'm still, the jury's still out. Short leash dog is never going to be a go-to place for me. I will go back, I will try the spicy dog. I will absolutely go back and try the spicy dog. And they also have a Cubano, which is pulled pork mustard. Boy, they love their mustard. Pulled pork mustard and pickle. Now, I can't tell whether that means it's a pulled pork sandwich or it's a hot dog with pulled pork on it. Would make sense that it's a hot dog with pulled pork on it. I will give that one a try as well. So I've got 2 other trips in short leash dog. It's just shy of 2 kilometers to get to it, so it's a nice walk at lunchtime. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Short leash dogs. With the scissors.
It's breakable. You don't want to slice it.
That's right.
I only got like 1 level
You got like 1 level?
of cardboard.
Get on my level. Holy shoot. gonna do your camera.
So what is that?
It's a Nintendo Switch.
Ah, excellent. Well, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Smile. Ready to go? Yes. Yeah, go.
Oh, okay. Can I go now?
Yes. He got your talent of packing. Sorry, wrapping.
It's a Doctor Who thing. It says Doctor Who on it. It's got the new logo. It's long. It's thin. My guess is it's a sonic screwdriver.